$100 MBA Show, and today is a Q&A Weekends episode where we answer your question right here on the show. If you have a question you want to ask, just email us at support@businessrepublic.net. We would love to answer it here on Q&A Weekends. As always, I'm your host, your coach, your teacher, Omar Zenhom. I'm also the co-founder of the $100 MBA, a complete business training and community online. And today's question comes from Clint. And Clint asks, no one gets what I'm trying to do. How can I meet new business friends? Clint, do not worry. This is a common problem. I had to go through this. I know many people have to go through this because being an entrepreneur is not common. Most people do not start their own businesses. So they're just not going to relate to you. And I know sometimes it feels alienating and you want to have a connection. You want to meet friends that do the same thing you do. So in today's lesson, I'm going to give you some great tips, some great strategies to meet new people that are entrepreneurs, that are starting businesses, that might just be at the same place you are, in the same level or the same stage in building a business. Let's get into it, guys. Let's get down to business. Today's episode of the $100 MBA Show is brought to you by Hired. Hired is the world's most intelligent talent matching platform for full-time and contract technology talent actively looking for their next opportunity. Hired helps you connect quickly and meaningfully with qualified talent, more affordably than traditional agencies and more effectively than social networking sites and job boards. You see, they combine cutting-edge data science and a personal touch to get you the right talent from 17 cities around the world, offering you a global reach and local expertise. Whether you're a founder, hiring manager, HR leader, or a recruiter, Hired empowers you and your team to collaborate together to get the right talent. 75% of job offers made to hired candidates are accepted. And listeners of the $100 MBA Show can try Hired for free by going to hired.com/MBA and enjoy $2,000 of credit on your first hire. Again, that's hired.com/MBA. So Clint is wondering how he can find new business friends. Well, I got some strategies for you, some things that I've used myself, some things that I know other people have used that really work. Some are online, some are offline, some are local. So let's get into it. So the first one I want to give you is local meetups. You want to be able to get to meet people in person as well. Now, if you live in a big city, then this is going to be very easy. There's plenty of meetups in big cities across the world. But you might live in a small town. That's okay. I'll give you a solution for that. But I want you to check out meetup.com and Eventbrite, and that's B-R-I-T-E, Bright. So eventbrite.com, check those two out because those really have a lot of listings of different meetups. And a lot of them are free. And they're people just organizing to meet up in a cafe or a library to talk about their businesses, to network, to talk about each other, help each other out. I know when I was living in New York, there were tons of meetups, too many really. And even if you live in a small town or a small city, there's probably a few that you may not be aware of. But even if there's zero, this is a golden opportunity. You can start it up. You can start a meetup and it's very easy. Meetup.com makes it super easy. So does Eventbrite. It's free on Eventbrite to run an event. They only collect money if you're collecting money. So if you're doing a free meetup, super free. I love it. And you could be the thought leader. You could be the leader of the meetup. And these meetups don't have to be huge. They could be 3-4 people. And all it is just exactly what it sounds like, a meetup. You're going to meet up for a cup of coffee. You don't have to absorb any expenses. Everybody can buy their own cup of coffee. Or you can have the first round on coffee on you and start up that meetup and become a leader in your market, in your small space. When you become the hub, when you become the connector, you're respected and people see you as a leader. And that works in person and online as well. So definitely check out meetup.com or Eventbrite. Both of these are great resources for in-person meetups. But it doesn't have to be in person. It could be online. If you're on Facebook, which is most of everybody, there's tons of Facebook groups out there. Just search whatever you're into, whatever is podcasting or online business, fitness, investing, whatever your niche is, search it on Facebook. There's going to be a group about it. Ask to be a part of the group. And most groups are pretty welcoming and will let you in. And you have plenty to choose from. My advice, though, with Facebook groups is you have to be very careful with what you post. Read the instructions, read the actual message from the group leader. And that should be on the right side of your Facebook page or the group page. And it's kind of like the ground rules. And groups are very sensitive to what you post, meaning they don't want you to self-promote. They don't want you to be pushing your products or services or even asking any kind of leading questions. So be careful of that. Facebook group owners can be a little bit too sensitive sometimes. That's just how it is. They got to be strict about it, I guess. There's also forums and communities out there on different websites. You could just search your niche on Google plus forum, and you'll find it there. I mean, if you're part of a program like the $100 MBA, you're a part of our private Facebook group, which is buzzing and has a lot of great people that are networking and becoming friends online. And I know you're thinking when I'm talking about this, you might be thinking, well, that's just on a Facebook forum. That's not really friends. That's not really people that I can connect with. It's just text. Well, that's just the start. That's where you get to meet a lot of people, and then you start resonating with certain people in those groups. And that leads me to my third strategy. Sometimes all you need is a regular mastermind group. And if you're not familiar with the term mastermind group, it's basically just a group of people that meet on a regular basis and talk about what they're working on. They hold each other accountable. They give each other advice. They give each other feedback. I've been a part of many mastermind groups, and they're very helpful. You see, what happens is you're a part of these groups on Facebook or a forum, and you reach out to a few people and say, hey, let's be a mastermind group. And it could be 2, 3, 4 people. It doesn't have to be a huge group. In fact, I would recommend 3 people. That's a good group number because it allows people to talk and share and not spend too much time. And you could just decide to meet maybe once a week for an hour. And the way the mastermind groups I was a part of were like, every week somebody would be on the hot seat. So we take turns once a week being on the hot seat. And that means that you get to talk about your business, the challenges you're going through, the exciting things you're going through, and you ask for feedback. And other people will ask for feedback. And then at the end of the group, everybody would talk about what they're working on, what they should be finished with by next week. And then when the next week comes, we talk about, hey, did you accomplish the things you set out? We hold each other accountable. And then somebody else is on the hot seat. Now, this is just something that we made up. You don't have to do it this way. You can do it any way you want. But it's a good formula if you're looking for one. And a mastermind group is great. You could do it over Skype so you could see face-to-face and talk over voice. And it's a great way to have friends that are like-minded, that are helping each other out. And that's really what friendship's all about. And guess what? It's awesome when you get to meet these people in person. At a conference or they're in town, you've already established a friendship. So it's not like really shocking when you meet them in person. The point here is that you have options offline and online to be able to build new relationships with people that are like-minded. We're so lucky now online to have access to connections like this, whether it's Facebook or meetup.com, tools or sites or places that help us connect with one another. There's another way to build new friends that are business builders just like you, and I'm going to share with you in just a minute, but let me give some love to today's sponsor, Atlassian. Today, nearly anything is possible. If we can dream it, teams can build it. So how do you bring everyone together to create what's next? The answer is Atlassian, makers of collaboration software that lets teams work and communicate better together. Atlassian is one of my favorite companies out of Australia because they create great solutions to real problems businesses have. Their apps are amazing. Let me tell you about them. Assign, track, and manage tasks for any project, no matter how complex. That's the clarity of Jira. Create and share content, organize results, and bring team members up to speed. That's the flexibility of Confluence. Instant message or video chat with any team member from any device. That's the freedom of HipChat. Test, review, and manage code in real time. That's the power of Bitbucket. I found that Atlassian's products are one of the easiest to use. Visit Atlassian.com and see how Jira, Confluence, HipChat, and Bitbucket can give your team everything you need to organize, discuss, and complete shared work. That's Atlassian.com, helping teams everywhere team up. Guys, one more tip when it comes to meeting friends, meeting people that do what you do, and it's called just reaching out to them. There are so many people that I've become friends with because I was just very interested in their work. They were a colleague, so to speak, in my marketplace, in my niche. And I would just email them and say, hey, I'm really interested in what you do. I think you do a great job with your website. This is who I am. Let me know if I can help you in any way. If you want to jump on a Skype call, I'd love to get to know you. And more often than not, they respond and say, hey, thanks for reaching out. Sure, I have a time between this time and this time tomorrow. Let's hop on Skype for 20 minutes. And we do. And what happens is that in that first talk, you get to know, hey, is this person, compatible? Is this person going to be my friend? And sometimes they are, and it's great. And it's a good way to just reach out to the people that you're interested in getting to know. Most people are flattered when you let them know that, hey, you're interested in getting to know them, that you love their work, that you think that they're worth being your friend. So sometimes just good old-fashioned reaching out to people doesn't hurt. All right, guys, that wraps up today's Q&A Weekends episode. I hope you loved it. Guys, remember, every weekend we take listener questions. We have a database of all the questions that we receive, and we get to them every single weekend on Q&A Weekends. Just email us at support@businessrepublic.net, or you can send me a tweet on Twitter. My handle is @OmarZinholm. Check it out over there. You can tweet me. I'm pretty responsive over there. All right, guys, before I go, I want to leave you with this. I've said this before, and I'll say it again. In business, you just can't do it alone. You need support. You need people around you to let you know you could do this. You need people around you that are going through it, and you can tell them that they're going to be all right. You need to feel like you're not strange, like a weirdo. What's wrong with me? Why am I doing something that no one else is doing? It's very important to surround yourself with the right people, or I don't think you're going to make it. Seriously, you need to be around the right people. And if that means getting online or meeting at meetups, do what you got to do to surround yourself with the right people. I've said this quote a million times. Jim Rohn says, you are the average of the 5 people you surround yourself with. So make sure that your average is a good one. All right, guys, I'll check you in tomorrow's episode. I'll see you then. Take care.